Okay, got a break in the rain this weekend finally. Worked all day in the rain yesterday putting up the generator shed. And we've got a break in the rain, so we're taking all the babies out for a walk. Got dog, cat, child. Gonna go for a wander. Come on, Toggles, let's go. Let's go, Toggles, let's go. Come on, buddy, we're going this way. Strange small lions in this area of the forest. I'm lost, babe. I don't know where I am.
I do.
You know where we are?
Yeah, we'll go down way to get to our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, down way.
It's okay. She knows where we're going. Come on, Toggles. Inside. Well, that was successful. Cat followed us the whole way. Didn't have to worry about him too much. Pretty special double rainbow. That's one bright rainbow. That's one bright rainbow.
So it's been a pretty quiet 2 weeks kind of here on the property. Not a lot going on. We were very sick, and finally we're not sick anymore. But not a lot got done this week. Right now, as it currently stands, I'll just catch you guys up on sort of what we're doing and what our project plan is, because I feel like we haven't really done that yet. So if you're new here, we're on 21.5 acres in Northeast Washington on the Idaho border. We bought 100% raw land, and now we're here trying to develop it. Just due to material costs and building timelines, we're waiting for a building right now, or a structure, more so a shed or a shop. That will hopefully go up in like October. But for the present moment, we live here in our Salem trailer. It's about 26 feet, and we live with our dog, our cat, and our son. So right now, basically on the property, we are power-wise, we're working off of a generator. I'm going to put some videos up of the generator later. We also, for water, we go and we collect our water, and that's kind of it. I had some questions about internet. Actually, I use a 5G internet hotspot. We have plenty of service here, so that works out for us for now. Eventually, we'd love to have wired internet, but that all really depends on cost. So I'll kind of show you around a little bit about our little property and tell you some things that we've purchased. Actually, is a huge purchase this week I forgot to mention is that we bought a tiny house. Well, it's not. It's a tiny house conversion. So basically, they took a trailer and took it off, I could only presume, and then replaced it with this shed structure. We were told that it was meant to be a tiny house and some things, didn't get done or what have you. But our purposes for it is not to be a tiny home right now. It's actually, we have a lot of our stuff in storage. So we're going to, oh my gosh, there's turkeys. There's turkeys. Maybe I can get a video of them. Hang on. Kind of blend in the grass. Well, that was kind of fun. I don't know if you're going to be able to see any of that, but we'll cut to the turkey clips here. Anyways, where was I? Out of breath. So basically we bought this tiny house conversion because we have all of our house in storage. If you haven't been with us for this whole property journey, it'd be news to you to know that this isn't the first property that we were going to buy. We were actually going to purchase 30 acres with a house on it that wasn't finished, and we had a lot of trouble getting city permits. And then the cost to repair the home in order to make it livable, it just started adding up and didn't make any sense for us. So we did lose that house, but before that decision came into play, we'd already moved all of our things into a pod and shipped them up here. So all of our stuff has been sitting in storage. Obviously there's a lot of stuff we want to build, greenhouses and what have you, and all of our tools are in storage. So we need to get that here. So that's the purpose of this tiny house. We were going to get a shipping container, but the shipping container ended up being around the same price. And the bummer is, with the shipping container, the second it's delivered, it's going to live in that space forever until we can get heavy machinery to move it. So the cool thing about this tiny house conversion or shed, what have you, it is on wheels. So like I said, it's on a normal trailer, so it does have the black water and gray water tanks underneath it still, has a gas line hookup, so at least it will be able to be usable in the future. But for now, it's just basically going to be storage, which is pretty exciting because we have a lot of stuff that we miss, like our knives. That's like one small thing. We love to cook, so cooking with crappy knives and cutting stuff up is really frustrating. So that's going to happen this week. We'll get that delivered, and then, then at least we'll have all of our stuff. But our little area is starting to look more and more like a compound. It's pretty satisfying, and feel like, we just kind of keep looking out at Marketplace on Facebook and trying to figure out, things that we can buy at a good value. So remaining on our checklist for purchases is probably a snow plow or something to plow snow with. We have an 800-foot driveway, and that's just to our house, and then from the main county road that should be plowed by the county, about half a mile back here. We do have neighbors that are going to be wintering over, and everyone who lives in this parcel area is new, so at least we have one set of neighbors that will winter over. They're about a mile away from us. But at least we can try and work together to make sure that we're all okay and we have the ability to get out of our properties, essentially. We all actually had a meeting of the minds yesterday, which is pretty cool. So if I can kind of explain a little bit about where our property sits. So about half a mile behind me, you're going to hit a main road. Still pretty small, but in the course of this town, that's like one of the main roads to get to some other acreage around here. We are lined that way with 10-acre parcels. So our parcel is like a rectangular, and then the 10 acres kind of like match up alongside of it. Then the next parcel to north of us, that no one lives there, and we met our our neighbor on the following parcel. Super nice. They don't have a home on that land yet either, but they're going to start building next year. Him and his wife are going to retire up here, which is pretty cool. And then further past them, at the end of our road, is our other neighbors who are going to be wintering over. They're building a small 600 square foot home basically this summer, and they'll live in that through winter and then possibly expand in the future. You guys probably have a few questions about, I guess, like permitting and things like that. I can get into it lightly here, but when you purchase raw land, right, and you want to put a home on said land, there's certain rules behind it. We don't have public water here. All the properties that line us that do have established homes on them are all wells. So you have to drill a well, or you have to have proof of water. You can't put up a structure just to catch water, but if you have a structure there that's doing something else, you can catch water off of it. But for the purposes of constructions and having like an occupy permit, you need water and power on site. So that kind of makes it a little challenging when you're trying to build a house, especially considering that right now wells are about a year out, so you can't get a well for about a year. Even if you could, they're about, this area 50 to 60 grand, because we have to go pretty far down. Hello bee. We have to go pretty far down for the water table. It's about 600 feet. So that considered, so there's the well. So you're talking about 50, 60 grand for the well, and then power. You have to get power in. Luckily, it's only 1,100 feet from us to the power box, but they're extremely backed up. They don't know when they're going to get transformers. So that brings us to, our current state of not being able to have power or water from any type of well or from a county for the public utility of power. So a lot of properties that line the front of us all have power. Anyone behind us, our neighbors that we met, none of them have power. So everyone kind of does solar and generators right now, and then they're trying to figure out what to do next, essentially. So for us, building a house or a permanent residence is probably about a year out until we can make those investments. For now, we're doing a 30 by 40 pole barn, which will be our shop that we will be able to pull our trailer into for winter. So that's currently our plan, and hopefully the shop will be up before snowfall. We aren't building the shop. We don't really have the skills, and being that I work full time and we have a child, it just doesn't make any sense for us to try and do that right now. So we are hiring a contractor. So I think that's kind of, all caught up. Here we are living in a trailer, slowly buying stuff. I feel like that's pretty much everything we're doing. I'll show you our little tiny home. Eventually we are going to convert this, but so here's the front. It is 22 feet by 8 feet. Then that top bit goes up to about 12. So here we go. Normal trailer hookup. We can tow it with our truck. Not much going in here. Eventually we're going to do this up and have windows and somewhere for people to stay. So come along for that, but that's probably going to be in the future. Maybe like next year we'll start our construction on the tiny home. Then we can have people come out and visit us, stay with us, and enjoy the land. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, we got it for a good deal. But like I said, it has the black water tanks, gray water, so it'll be a little bit easier to convert. Other than that, this is kind of like our little compound. A little messy right now. Again, we have a baby, so I had to do some hand laundry today. There you go. That's his little play area. Hang some laundry up. Moms know how much laundry little kids go through. And this is our Salem LE by Forest, our truck. That's our sailboat back there, Xanadu. It's not really getting any action right now. We do want to go sailing and Lake Monterey. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. We just, you know, getting settled and everything like that has been the first priority. Again, you know, we take our whole family out on the boat, so it's you know, a lot of work. But basically this pad, and I'll turn it around and you guys can really get a look at it. This pad is where our shop will go. Yeah, there it is. Kind of big picture. So eventually there's going to be a shop here. And again, with the tiny house, we can move that around wherever we want to along the property, which is going to be pretty cool for the future. This is our little camp. Gonna try and ignore the trash. So for trash, we have to haul our trash. Luckily, the dump is only, or where the transfer station is only about 2 minutes away. So once we have a truckload, we'll take it down there. We are in the market possibly for a flatbed trailer, but you know, decide between flatbed trailer and a snowplow probably.